Bare minimum or king treatment? Massaging shoulders after work. Bare minimum. Being always honest and not cheating. Bare minimum. Creating silence when he's resting. Bare minimum. Supporting his hobby and interests. Bare minimum. Let him play video games. Bare minimum. Taking care of husband comfort at home. Bare minimum. Cooking breakfast for him at home. King treatment. But cooking breakfast if you are married. Bare minimum. Ironing husband's shirts. Bare minimum. But ironing shirts if you are not married. King treatment. Cleaning boyfriend's apartment. King treatment. But cleaning house while you're living with your husband. Bare minimum, it's your house too. Follow Gurmanova for more videos about Slavic women.
Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but ladies, y'all gonna have to really hear me out, okay? Because a lot of you is washed up. Y'all said it like for real, washed up, okay? Y'all go out every day of the week, every weekend, in a different section, just trying to get some free liquor, some free food, and y'all really don't be having shit going on for yourself, okay? And look, this ain't no shade to nobody to go out and have fun and have a good time. Yeah, of course, it's life. You're supposed to go have fun and do stuff, but sometimes you really got to ask yourself, if you're doing this all the time, like, what are you celebrating? Like, if you don't have nothing to celebrate, you need to go sit your ass down and reevaluate yourself, right? If you ain't got no career, no 9 to 5, no good job, no good benefits, no, if you don't have your own business, why are you going out every day of the week? In a minute, you're gonna be washed up. Cause more than us, gossip, right? Don't be that pass around. Don't be that bopping that bitch to just go to every sit like, oh, this hoe. Don't be the girl that when they have a little function, they can call you because they know you're gonna get drunk. They know you just to fill up some room. Don't be that girl, okay? Like, y'all need to get y'all shit together, for real. I'm seeing too many of y'all don't really got no real motion. Just being a bad is not real motion.
You have some experience with dating here. Tell us.
I had experience with 2 German. First one, we were dating like for 3 or 4 months. In the end, he broke up with me because of money. Really, he expected that I will pay in a restaurant and I didn't do this. I said, sorry, in my culture, men pay.
Now on the first date, do you pay?
I don't pay. Like now, I have a guy, but he's from Kosovo. He pays.
You know, I think about this a lot because I think that men don't realize that the reason why women want to cuddle after the act, you know, like, oh, they just want to pass out, and women are like, let's snuggle. It's because we're not done. We're still like vibrating, and we're still so incomplete. We're like, okay, maybe if I just like rub up on his leg.
So I've made a post saying how I've never had a guy go downstairs. You all know what I'm talking about, but I can't say it or TikTok will get mad at me. But I've had a ton of comments saying that you guys don't believe me. Yo, the guys my age, like 20 years old, they're different. They're not into that stuff. Guys in my generation paint their nails and cheat. That's it.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just something that has to do with you. But of course that couldn't be right.
There's a new epidemic going around. It's men wanting princess treatment. My one girlfriend was telling me this story that happened to her the other weekend, and she says this guy looked at her dead in the face and was like, I'm not gonna chase you. There doesn't even need to be a backstory on this guy because he's so irrelevant, but he said, I'm not gonna chase you. First of all, you need the steps. Second of all, you want us to give you flowers? Third of all, is it a testosterone thing?
Did you ever think that it was maybe because your girlfriend was playing games and he said, wait a minute, up front before we get started, we're not going to do this running back and forth. Either you want to be in a relationship or you don't. These are the type of women that get married. Well done.
I promise you, we don't care. We don't give a fuck. Let that girl go to school and teach them kids. Because that's what the kids are doing too. That's what from the pre-K kids, I promise you, it's a whole fashion show.
I know she just didn't say even the pre-K kids are doing what Miss Williams is doing. Really?
We don't care. I remember when I was in school, we had a teacher bait too. Y'all ended up getting that bitch fired just because of the internet.
Now, could you imagine if men were wearing tight clothes around their private area, showing off their package in a school setting?
My daughters would not be in teacher-based class, and I don't care what anybody says. Call me a hater, call me bitter, call me jealous. I don't give a fuck. They would not be in her class. Got to send my 13-year-old to a class, and you got your ass jiggling every which way every time you take a step.
Who even told y'all I had a BBL? Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? Not saying it's true or not true, but I want to know who told you that. Not saying it's true or not true, but I want to know who told you that. Because I got a BBL, I can't have a career. What if I just wanted some buns?
The male loneliness epidemic is all your fault.
Okay, then.
It's nothing to do with the women.
Well, no. Why would it?
We try our best to talk to you guys and be in crowds where you guys are at, and you don't try. There's zero effort given from the male side. And it's just
Sure about that? Because, wait, there's this.
I really am so confused on why these guys think like they have chances when we're literally just being nice.
Ooh, that's just awkward.
Like there isn't any difference between being nice and flirting.
Well, that's true. There is a big difference between being nice to someone and flirting with them. However, some women out there should bear in mind that a lot of men out there have never experienced a woman genuinely being nice to them, unless, of course, they want something.
Being nice to you does not mean that I like you.
Indeed.
We're at the bar talking to these guys. There was no flirting, but at the end of the night, they asked for our numbers.
I mean, yes, we're gonna give you our numbers so we can hang out again and be friends.
Yeah, let's be friends.
Wait, I thought they didn't like them, but they're still giving them their number so they can be friends? Can anyone understand how a lot of guys out there would be very confused?
Like, it definitely felt more than that, and that's where I'm confused because we were just being nice because they tried having a conversation with us.
Yeah, I can see why a lot of guys out there are choosing to remain single if this is what they have to deal with. Yeah, ladies, they're not lonely. They're choosing peace.
There's no way that a woman liking a man more, it would work out. It has to be the other way around or it doesn't work.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Your reasoning was, well, if the man doesn't like the woman more, then it's a high probability that he's going to break up with her. That's your reasoning to why the man would have to like her more.
Yes.
Statistically speaking, women initiate most breakups. Show of hands. If you ever been broken up with, raise your hand. Look at that. 2 women out of 7. Now, out of these 2 women, how many guys have you broken up with?
I'd probably say, 2 before that?
How many guys have broken up with you?
1.
See, you even broke up with more guys than guys broke up with you. Make sense? So it's like, if you look at it statistically, girls are the ones that actually leave relationships. Men, we don't rarely leave. Now, if the guy is just smashing cheeks, well, yeah, he's not taking you serious. That's what I'm saying. Like, women conflate sexual attraction with relationship attraction. If you actually have a true relationship, 9 out of 10 times, he's not leaving.
Are you okay? I have a quick question. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
I could tell.
I love you, Tucker. What? I love you. What did you say? What? What's my name? Francesco. You did say Tucker? I said Francesco.
Laying on top of you.
You don't remember you when you had my leg back?
Your leg can't go back. Stop now.
Push me that way.
So, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Nice. I'm 24.
Nice.
What are 3 things that you would ask me, just based off of the conversation we're having now?
Like if it were a date?
Yeah. Because this is technically like a date, like a mini date.
I'm not really sure. Kind of got a blindfold on, so I don't really know what to ask you.
Well, with that being said, you can take your blindfold off.
Oh, fuck no. Jesus Christ.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
What happened, man?
Shit, motherfucking leg got tight.
Hey, that was your race though. You were beating his ass.
I know it, fool. Don't care. Hey. I bring your water down here, man. Yup.
Gotta make sure you stretching, man.
Should stretch them motherfuckers. My mouth dry as a motherfucker.
Why you slow down, Doc? Why you slow down?
The fact that you had to post a video like this after Chloe posting about her video regarding what her son is possibly going to go through in his future as a male tells me everything that I need to know about you. In your caption, you said, ew, boy moms. And your username on Instagram is Missandria. You swear you hate misogynistic people, but being a misandrist makes you also internally misogynistic. That makes you a misandrist, not a feminist. And you having to post dumb shit like this, basically dismissing the fact that there are male victims in this world, is where it's beyond me. Like, it's just truly fucking disgusting that you would even post something like this. Because nowhere in her video says that she's not going to raise her son to be disrespectful to women or to do anything of the sort. As a boy mom, and yes, I do have a daughter as well. I don't have just a boy. As a boy mom, I do have to go through those things where I have to teach my son to be respectful to women, but also have to have self-respect and to not be treated poorly by these women nowadays. And the comments on there are equally as disgusting and fucked up as the person that posted that video. Like, there's literally women that would ask themselves when they're pregnant, is it a girl or is it an abortion? There's these type of women that dismiss men on being victims of SA, domestic violence, and other fucked up shit like that. And they seriously, I just don't understand. Like there was nothing wrong with what she posted. And you guys had a fucking problem with it. Why? Because she actually cares about her son? Because she's not treating him like shit because he's a boy? Not all men. See, this is exactly what she spoke about. You just proved her right. And you made yourself look like a bunch of dumbass females that obviously hate men just for being men, just for being born male. You just proved her right. You look like a bunch of fucking dumbasses. And this is why you guys are part of the problem. You guys are the problem. We will never progress because of you guys.
I'm telling you, man, these modern women don't care nothing about what men have to go through.
Guys, the dating scene is getting so bad in New York City that I am seeing on TikTok there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch. And then looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad. Like, let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're like sliding in, which honestly, smart. Why are we stealing men's salads? Like, why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, why is it getting to this point? Men, just please step up or your salad's gonna fucking get taken. Your lunch is gonna get taken every week. Like, I'm seeing girls get so creative these days. Like, they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen and then being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen. All just different ways to try to talk to you guys because you guys don't come up to us in New York City. And it's crazy. Like, I know there's so many beautiful women. Like, just go up to one of them. Buy them a drink. You guys have money. You live in the city. You can buy a drink. Stop being cheapos.
The amount of comments that I get from men asking where do they find a woman like me? You don't find a woman like me. You become the kind of man that creates a space for her to flourish. I'm the woman I am today because of the man I married. He never talks down to me. He never disrespects me and never expects me to do the things I do for him. He notices, he appreciates, and he pours back into me in his own ways. He's encouraged me to chase my dreams and protected my heart, mind, and soul, even when my soul needs Target runs and Starbucks. From our very first date, we have shared the same vision, a strong family with me at home raising our children. And he made that dream possible. He knows his words can either water me and make me grow or shrink me. He reads me better than I read myself. He values me, cherishes me, and constantly pours into my cup. Because real love doesn't hold you back. It calls you higher. And that's why I will never stop choosing him over and over again.
I think what they're asking is, how do I find the building blocks of that? They understand that a relationship has to be built, but how do I find like a starting point with a world full of modern women who are demanding and entitled?
There ain't no booty of a J in the world that could get a man to overlook your stank ass attitude, your entitlement, your laziness, or you being rude or disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You know why a lot of y'all hate Sierra? Because she got what y'all mothers didn't get. She got that man. She got a do-over. She got the happy home and the happy family. She got to raise her children in a 2-parent household. See, that is what y'all are mad about, because that got to be it. It doesn't make sense otherwise, because you substantive men love to tell women, choose better, pick better. And Sierra did exactly that, and you still have things to say about her. She changed her son's last name to Wilson. Why? Because Russell Wilson is the predominant father figure in his life. Russell Wilson has raised this boy since he was a baby, not Future. And they have said this without saying it for years. Sierra doesn't even speak on Future. You ask Sierra about Future, she either gonna make a face or give you the girl please look, or she's gonna completely move on to the next topic. And y'all still mad. And another reason y'all are mad is not just because your mothers didn't have what Sierra was able to get. It's also because you align so much with Future. Y'all are fuck niggas. And a lot of y'all will champion me anytime I'm holding a woman accountable. Y'all will sit there and like protect this queen and we love you, sis. But the moment I tell y'all to clean up y'all act, it's a problem. And I guarantee I'm going to see it in these comments. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances. And I have been doing so for close to a decade. What I have seen in my career over these past almost 10 years is men who have this strong disdain for women. See, social media will say they're gay. That's not what it is. Not mostly. Not mostly. It's one of two reasons. One of the reasons is they blame their mothers for their fathers leaving, right? They blame the present parent for raising them, and they do not put any accountability on the daddy for not sticking around. That's one. The second reason is their mothers blame them for the daddy leaving, because the daddy left when the mother got pregnant, and the mother feels like it's the son's fault. And that boy had to grow up with a mother that hated them. And in return, they hate women. We all have trauma. We have all been through things in our lives that are not favorable and not pleasurable. But as grown people, as big people, it's time that we move through that. It's time that we heal that. It's time that we get over that. Yeah. So you can stop worrying about what a woman who has absolutely nothing to do with you, will never have anything to do with you, wouldn't look in your direction if you were on fire, is doing with her life. Stay safe.
But I think what men are saying is that wasn't really a mistake, though. That was, you knew what he was when you met him, and you still went out there and got with the guy that you had no business getting with. And just because a guy came back and said, you know what, I like you, you're pretty cool, doesn't make it okay for what you did. That's the topic of discussion. How come you didn't just do this, knowing he was like this? You knew that. y'all say, I want a man to respect me, but then you go in and the man was for sure looking to smash. That's his whole MO, the whole one. And then you would say, oh, I made a mistake. You didn't. You need to hold yourself accountable. You can just admit your mistake and say, dang, I shouldn't have done that. Most modern women will not admit they made a mistake.
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing anymore. Ah! 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 Ah!
Do you know what I find so crazy? This generation of people are like the slowest, and I would say world's dumbest criminals. If you work for a corporate job, a fucking government job, or you have a really great job that you actually went to school for, why would you ever even make a video making fun of somebody's death? Even if it was Charlie Kirk, wasn't him, you shouldn't make fun of anybody who passes away. You now know how sick that is. It's funny how if you're getting fired from your job, now you realize what you did is wrong, correct? Exactly. It takes you to have to go through that to learn that that's wrong. Cheering somebody's death is not funny. Cheering somebody's death is not okay. Whoever it is. Like I said, y'all, you do not have to feel sorry for the guy. You do not have to cry and boo-hoo and make a post and all that stuff. I understand that Charlie's on the opposite sides of you and your beliefs. But again, praising that and laughing at that is not the route you want to go, because clearly now look, this is like the 8th or 9th video I've seen of like a liberal person crying and yelling. But then if you go to their page, you were jumping for joy, screaming, going, ha ha, I'm glad he's gone. And you even said, I don't care about, his wife and kids. So now that you're jumping up and down and you're screaming that you don't have a job, what do you want people to do? Care about your job? But you should care about your job. You shouldn't even have made that post. I don't know what made you think in your right mind, hey, let me make a video making fun of somebody's death. I don't know what type of world you guys come from, but that is pretty sick. Like I said, y'all, I might be a bitch. I might have my strong opinions, but I don't laugh at people dying. I don't wish death upon nobody. I don't say stuff like that. That's where I'm like, okay, buddy, we got to draw the line somehow. But look, that's what you guys did to yourselves. If I were you guys, I would just shut the hell up about this. When it comes to people dying or people you don't care for, I don't see the point of you guys chiming in, especially if you know damn well, like I said, you got a good job, you got a corporate job. I think everybody should just be quiet about this Charlie Kirk situation, let people grieve. And look, at the end of the day, you guys didn't like that guy to begin with. So I don't understand why you guys are still hooting and hollering. He's gone. Isn't that what you guys wanted?
Keep on telling y'all to keep y'all's opinions to yourself. Y'all can't continue to say everything online. You just can't. Or else, could be consequences. When somebody sees you doing stupid stuff, what do you think is going to happen?
If I was a man, every woman would want me because I would just love and cherish them and tell them how beautiful and precious they were and kiss them on their foreheads, play with their hair, buy them gifts, take them to nice dinners, spoil them, worship them, and make sure that every day that they knew that they were the most magical and beautiful creature in the world.
Yeah, and then you would be friend zoned. Yeah, men do that. Men try all of that. And then usually they either get cheated on or friend zoned, because apparently, although women say they want that, that's not all they want. A woman would rather be with a guy who doesn't give them nearly that much attention, but is working towards building himself and actually cares more about himself than he cares about her, than a guy who worships the ground she walks on. Those women are going to sit there and say, no, I want a nice guy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop lying. Stop telling men you want things that you don't actually want. Men, stop listening to women's words and start listening to their actions instead.
I've come to understand why some black men have a hard time dating high-earning, six-figure black women. And it took me some time to actually think it through, because I'm like, what's the disconnect? Why are high-earning, successful black women, why are they usually single? And that's because the dating pool shrinks the higher you move up. And being in a world, in a system, a patriarchy, where everything is catered to a man, they make more money than us. A man really doesn't have to do anything but get up, shower, brush his teeth, sit at a table, and go to work, because everything else is done for him, especially if he's married. His clothes are washed for him. His meals are prepared for him. Pretty much all he does is probably take out the trash, and if he's a great husband, then he might wash the dishes and, help with the household chores. But outside of that, he's being catered to. So I couldn't grasp why men, especially black men, aren't excelling the way that I feel like they should. And it dawned on me that men are socialized to be catered to. And when you're given everything in life, it's kind of hard to keep striving for more and more, because why? Why, when I can make this $40,000, $50,000 a year and still have a woman do everything I want her to do? Why do I need more? Now, we all know that tax brackets matter, and your tax bracket will give you access to women, certain women that, you know, other men might not be able to have access to. But outside of that, I look around and I'm like, there's a lot of men that are financially incapable of being with a woman who's a high earning woman. For myself, I'm used to making 6 figures plus, right? So if I have to work 2-3 jobs to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. Especially because I'm coming off the road and making the amount of money that I was making on the road, I'm accustomed to that. So that means if I have to work 2 jobs, that's what I'm gonna do. Now, will it keep me where I'm at or a little better? Absolutely, because we're always moving up in life. But I've noticed that men don't have the same drive. And I've come to the conclusion that it's because they are catered to and they are socialized in a way where everything is done for them. So why do I need to have more? Why want more? Crazy, but it's true.
I think you're showing us probably why it's hard for women with a certain level of money to date. This is not the attitude that men are looking for.
Can I shake your hand, please?
Sure.
I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, God bless you. God loves you too. Thank you.
Oh, I just wanted to ask a question. Do you want to get...
No, I'm going to get no.
This is Lexington?
Yeah.
And you're about to piss a lot of people off?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you need views, but this specific idea that you have brought up, I understand everyone has their own beliefs, but when you wound up, I told you so.
Well, if someone shoots me for preaching the gospel, then God will be glorified, and I'll be with him face to face.
Just wondering if we can find somewhere to call the police and come get her. This is the time that TikTok needs to be doing its thing.
Taylor Swift just got engaged, and I think this is a really good reminder that even the biggest feminists really do like marriage. Deep down, it's just that the whole I don't need no man mentality is usually just because you haven't had the right man in your life to ask you to spend the rest of his life with you. Most women want to be asked to get married. We want to be protected. We want strong men in our life because marriage is good. Masculinity is good, okay? Both those things you should desire and want. All it takes for the whole I hate the patriarchy and all men mentality to just like fly out the window is for a good, strong man to ask you to marry him.
Call me a pick me if y'all want, but if my man tells me to come home and it's only 9 o'clock and I just got outside at 7 o'clock, guess who the fuck is going home? I am. If my man tells me that the people I'm surrounding myself by is no good for me because he's seeing shit that I'm not seeing, guess who's gonna have new people to hang with? If my man tells me, babe, go jump off this bridge, I'm gonna be at the bottom, I'm gonna catch you, guess who's going to jump off the bridge? Call me crazy, but that's the problem with y'all. Y'all put trust in everybody except for the nigga that's in your house that you laying up with. What's the point of having a man if you're not gonna trust in him? And you wanna control everything, you wanna dictate everything. You trust the hairstylist that you just met on social media. You trust the corner store deli to make your sandwiches, knowing that there's rats and rodents in there. You trust your family members, not one person is married. You trust them fake ass friends, everybody's single. Come on, make it make sense. Clearly you know nobody's jumping off no bridge. But I'm just trying to get my point across. Stop doing that. Stop being like that. Trust your man. He's with you. You picked him. He picked you. Trust your nigga.
I could not be a man dating in 2025. You said you only date men that pay all your bills. I gotta go half with you on the rent to take you on a date. You don't cook. Oh, you can't cook. You need $1,000. You need me to pay for your BBL. Your homegirl said my chain fake. Your homegirl lived with her mama. What do you mean your car is on fire? You pregnant? Oh, you planning some vacation? That's what's up. You need my credit card number. You need $3,000. Nah, baby, I like kids. I like it. 3 baby daddies.
Feminism isn't about hating men, it's about equality.
No. Since the beginning, feminism has been about hating men. In 1918, an anonymous suffragette authored a piece called Advice on Marriage to Young Ladies. Do not marry at all. Avoid these type of men. Don't expect too much. Men are trash. All single men suck. Feed the brute. It's a great way to refer to men. And then it compares men to dogs. The conclusion says don't get married at all. For those who are saying feminism is not anti-man or anti-marriage, literally it's been that from the beginning.
Why do women hate male control but still expect male responsibility? Because they were taught that responsibility and authority and control should be separate, but in the real world, they come as a package. What do you mean? You can't hold someone accountable for something they have no control over. If I'm responsible for your safety, how can I protect what I can't influence? That sounds like an excuse to control people. It's structure. A parent has authority over their child because they're responsible for them. A teacher guides students because they're entrusted with their growth. A ship captain has final say because they're responsible if the ship sinks. Same with a man in a relationship. If he's held responsible for the home, he needs the authority to lead it. So you're saying it's okay for a man to control a woman? Everyone controls you. Your boss controls your time. Your phone controls your attention. Even your therapist influences your thoughts. The difference isn't if you're being influenced, it's why and how. So what's the difference between good and bad control? A bad man controls for himself. A good man controls the environment to protect both of you, to protect the peace, to uphold shared values, to stop the relationship from sinking. But why should the man lead? Because someone has to. Structure needs direction. And nature designed man for external responsibility. So women are just supposed to submit? Submission isn't weakness, not when it's a choice. A woman submits to a good man because she trusts his logic, values his sacrifice, and believes in his steadiness. That's not oppression, that's wisdom. You can't have leadership without trust, and you can't have trust without character. Why do men even have more responsibility? Not because they're better, but because they're built for it. Higher testosterone means more strength, risk-taking, and system building. Higher oxytocin in women means deeper empathy, bonding, and emotional attunement. Men tend to solve structural problems. Women tend to solve emotional ones. It's not limitation, it's design. That's why when men lead and women trust, the system works. Why can't both people lead the relationship? Because two people rowing in opposite directions don't move forward. They spin in circles. So one needs to row with strength, consistency, and focus. But the direction, that can be decided together. Leadership is about movement. Someone has to steer so both can arrive. So what if the woman leads? Then she becomes responsible, and with that responsibility comes authority. But what about the women who were hurt by that structure? Then they weren't hurt by leadership. They were hurt by immature leadership. If he was insecure, if he manipulated, if he abused, that's not a man. That's a tyrant. Don't throw out the whole system just because one man misused it. Structure isn't the enemy. Irresponsible men are. Because with the right man, structure becomes safety, order, stability, trust. So you're saying the problem wasn't male control. It was choosing the wrong man. Exactly. Authority without sacrifice is control. But sacrifice with authority, that's leadership. And a man who carries more responsibility isn't claiming power. He's carrying weight.
If you can't be corrected without being offended, you are guaranteeing your own failure. Every time somebody tells you the truth and you get defensive, you prove you'd rather protect your ego than change your life. That's why years go by and nothing changes. You don't want to be sharpened. You want to be coddled. And coddling has never built a single champion. You want a breakthrough? Then kill the part of you that gets offended when someone exposes your weakness. As long as you flinch at correction, you'll stay soft, fragile, and average. Champions don't run from correction. They demand it because they know it's the only way forward. If you can't handle correction, you're not ready for success. Period. You're not even ready for life because life will correct you in ways far harsher than a mentor, a coach, and a boss ever will. And when that day comes, it won't care about your feelings. It'll break you. So decide right now. Do you want to be offended or do you want to grow? Because you can't have both.
If he say deleted, deleted. If he say blocked, blocked. Whatever my name goes. No, it's not up for debate. Great debaters never could have been my sport. I'm not arguing with him. You said do what? Did it already.
Why does the Bible say that each man must love his wife and the wife must respect her husband? Why is it love and respect and not love and love? Why do we have to give different things in the relationship? I'll tell you why, and it's so simple. It is because a man cannot be with a woman he doesn't love, just like a woman cannot be with a man she doesn't respect. Ladies, if you're in a healthy relationship, when was the last time you paused and you told your man, baby, I respect you? And not only did you tell him, but you changed your life and you started to act accordingly. And you let him mentor you, and you let him guide you, and you let him correct you. You let him be your head. We're so scared of being submissive. But my loves, being submissive doesn't mean that you're his slave. Being submissive means that you crave to be under his wings because you know that's the safest place to be. I encourage you to try this. God bless you.
Ladies, did you know we all have one of these? We all have one of these. We all have one of these. We all have a set of these. Ooh, and don't forget the face. We all have a face card that don't decline. Yes, we all do have one of those. But what is it about you that's going to keep that man wanting to invest in you, wanting to keep supporting you? What is it? Because you have to have more than this. You have to have something up here as well. And we're not saying being a Miss Smarty two-shoe. We're just saying giving him something to be proud of, giving him something more to want to invest in beyond just this. Because once he gets this and he's enjoyed it, I mean, you did your big one. You showed out. Once he's gotten this, he's conquered it. That's it. He's on to the next. And now you mad because you got what you wanted, which was the money, and he got what he wanted, which was your body, and you mad because he done stopped giving you the money. But y'all already done exchanged. The business, the transaction is done. So what else can you offer that man to make him want to actually continue to invest in you? You have to have this. Find something that you enjoy doing that you wouldn't mind selling besides your body. Sell it. Give him something to invest in besides your body, because that gets old, because it's always a new one. Yep. Always a new one on. Fresh out of production. It's always a new one. So what are you going to do? I'm just saying.
So what you're not going to do is disrespect my husband. Let's try this again. Excuse me, he was next in line. Yep, come on, babe. That was good, because he was next. Excuse me, he asked for a steak well done, and this isn't well or done. Can you take it back so he can be happy? Thank you. You okay? Okay. So like authority, like pleasant authority. Okay. Listen, I don't want to fight, but he asked for fries and y'all gave him 4. And 3 of them was cold. Can y'all fix? Okay, I'm gonna pull around. Okay.
Now you just got married not too long ago and now you want to cut up. Go ahead then.
Men, you guys are trying to get worldly women to submit to you, and that's why it's not working. I mean, a wife that submits to her husband is actually just submitted to the Lord. A lot of you guys are chasing after money because you believe you'll get submission that way. But when a woman truly has a reverence for God, truly fears the Lord, and wants to walk in obedience with God, she'll submit to her husband because she respects God's order and design of things. See, it's a choice to submit. It's not natural. Actually, our nature is to rebel. So the reason why you have a rebellious woman is because she's living in her nature. She's living in flesh. She's living in sin. But a woman who has died to that and has been born again and raised up by the Lord, she will be submissive because she respects God. And a woman that respects God first will respect her husband. Submission is a choice. Everyone chooses to submit. You're choosing to submit to God. You're choosing to follow God every day. God has given us that free will. And so a lot of human nature chooses not to have an upper authority, but that Satan has convinced us that our freedom is to rebel and not to submit to an upper authority. So your woman is doing what human beings do. And then you're trying to get her to do something where she doesn't even respect God. A woman that says, I don't want to submit to the Bible and all these rules, and then you want her to submit to you? She don't even follow a rule book. She can't read the Bible without getting in her emotions and feeling like it's oppression. So why would she submit to you? She would feel oppressed doing so. A lot of these men are searching for heavenly wisdom, heavenly discipline from a woman in the world. You are attracting women that serve two gods, that have Christian quotes in her bio, but also eat at the table with demons. She at the club getting drunk till 3 a.m.
You're telling me you've gone the whole day without speaking to him and you've had X, Y, and Z on your mind, and the second that you get him on the phone, you can't even ask him how his day was? Why would anybody expect you to be their peace when you are not peaceful? I am so convinced that the majority of women do not know how to hold a safe space. I would venture to say for anybody, but for men specifically, when it comes to self-regulation and checking yourself prior to having somebody's attention, the first thing you want to do is lash out. I'm not answering anybody's phone calls if I know that stress is awaiting me on the other side. You have to be able to integrate that type of shadow work internally before you externally pour into somebody else. So if you haven't already gone through your checks and balances, why are you bringing it to somebody else? I personally take pride in making the person that I'm dealing with breathe easily. I'm not here to add to your plate. If I've become the person that makes your day heavier, then I need to check myself. Luckily, self-regulation doesn't allow you to get that far, but I feel like that's what the majority of people, men and women, lack a lot of the times. You have to equally bring safety and peace to this unity. Otherwise, what are we talking about? 9 times out of 10, if I've already done my inventory check within myself, then by the time I reach you, that shit don't even matter. There's this volatility that you just spew. And just because you consider that an intimate space because you're allowing, no holds barred, that's not love, dog. That's not it's not healthy. And so a lot of women specifically think that they can just lash out, and because this man's supposed to be strong and grounded, that she can say and do whatever she wants and then sweep it under the rug later. When I think of self-discipline, when I think of self-regulation, I think of a specific confidence that exudes out of someone. If you can't observe and just listen and put your emotions really on the back burner, just to show up for whatever that man needs, that's step one.
No one's ready for this conversation, but your life sucks, not because of your childhood, your economic standing, whether you were privileged or why you have less hours in the day than other people because you're a mom or whatever. And I know this is going to hurt your feelings. It's going to really hurt your feelings. Your life sucks because you choose to continue to make excuses against your potential rather than saying, despite whatever my circumstance is, I will make a new life. Whatever I have in my toolbox, I will make it work. And there are people in the Olympics with no legs running in the Olympics. Whatever you think your limitation is, it is only as big as you decide for it to be. And too many people are obsessed with not taking radical accountability for their lives and blaming everything outside of themselves for why their life sucks. And when you realize you are the problem, that is the only time you will ever be free, babe. Everything else is gonna keep you miserable. So,
when men say they like a natural woman, what they mean is they want someone who is an inexpensive upkeep.
A cheap, inexpensive woman, that's a fairy tale, my friend, a lie. A bedtime story told by stuck-up women who think other women need to be like them to cover up some form of insecurity. Look, every woman is expensive, every damn one of them. Some just run on lashes, leggings, and lattes, designer bags, Botox budgets, and oat milk obsessions. They're like startup companies and stilettos, polished, pricey, and prone to emotional software crashes if you ignore their Instagram story. Then there's my wife. Beautiful? Hell yeah. But her brand of beauty comes with barn boots, bug bites, and buckets of feed. Her spa day is scrubbing the water troughs and slapping a tick off for gelding at sunset. You think she cares about a chipped nail? Hell, she just built a fence with her damn fist. She don't sneak shopping bags into the house. She smuggles saddles like she's running tack for the cartel. You ever date a woman with a horse? No, because you don't date them, you serve them. And they're hoofed hellions. They bankrupt your account, hijack your holidays, and poop like hay-fueled money shredders. You think Louis Vuitton is pricey? Try feeding a 1,200-pound pasture princess with a personal farrier and more supplements than a CrossFit coach. She don't want roses, she wants you to fix the fence. She don't need a night out, she needs you knee-deep in mud at 5 a.m. holding a flashlight and questioning your life choices. She's not cheap, she's just expensive in horsepower, hay bales, and holy hell vet bills. Her Amazon cart is full of hoof oil and saddle soap, and trust me, this kind of woman, she is full throttle, feed swinging financial investment. And I love her magnificent money pit self.
My boy sound like he just trying to stay out the way.
To the women who say they don't need a man, I hate to break it to you, but you do need a man. In fact, you desperately need one. You may think you don't because you pay your own bills, you live in your own house, and you call your own shots. But the reality is, it's a man who signs your paycheck. It's men who built the roads you drive on. It's men who build the house that you live in. It's men who pick up the trash that you put out on your curb. Men work in the oil rigs, the sewages, and the mines, and other dangerous jobs that keep our society functioning. Men are also the first one to die for our freedom and safety in this country. Even your right to vote and own your own bank account came at the hands of men. Women today have been deceived that they are sufficient apart from men, but that is a lie told from the same person who told Eve that she could be like God. This isn't about male superiority. This is about God's design for order. Women came from the rib of man, but men are also not independent of women because they are birthed from them. So no, the future is not female. The future is male and female, because without both, there is no future. And ultimately, women don't just need a man or men, they need the man, who is Jesus Christ. He is the only one who can save you, redeem you, or fulfill you more than any job or even a family ever could. Because self-sufficiency won't save you, but he will.
They need something because this boss babe stuff is ruining their mentality. They're delusional, not cute, and all of the above. Somebody help.
Unpopular opinion, but most women are not ready to be wives. They're not. Because that better or for worse part is going in one ear and out the other. It's going in one ear and out the other. Y'all romanticize the beautiful, the pictures, the provider man, the dates, all of the things. But if life comes and smacks y'all asses upside the head, how are you going to hold that man down? What are you going to do if that man's situation changes, something happens to that man and he can't do what he does for the union? What are you going to do? You going to leave him? Real food for thought. Real food for thought. I'm just saying, think about it. Because I really, from what I'm observing, a lot of y'all will crumble under the pressure that real life comes with. I'm just saying.